Kelly Walker, and this is my ePortfolio culminating my work in the Master of Science program in Learning Design and Technology, and I had a concentration in e-learning design and development. My professional journey really was shaped by my two passions, which are science and education. I earned my Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Pittsburgh, and I began my career teaching environmental science at the high school level. I did quite learn that high school wasn't quite the right fit, and I transitioned to middle school science, where I spent most of my time teaching sixth graders. And I truly found my fit there and my passion in middle school science. It let me be creative and have fun while also being able to share that science experience. I've been teaching for just over 10 years, and in that experience, I've spent a lot of time designing and engaging in those learning experiences for different types of learners. I spent a lot of time working with gifted learners and creating curriculum for them across the board in their 4 core courses to kind of help them along. So that's really kind of where I started my ideas and the train rolling for moving into more of a learning design kind of role for my future. As I moved into virtual education, I also started to see the benefits of technology and how we can intentionally use it to support engagement and meaningful learning. So in this video, I'm going to walk through my artifacts and how they demonstrate my growth across the program and how these projects reflect my instructional design knowledge and skills, and how this program has shaped my professional goals. In the top banner, if we click on Artifacts and AECT Standards, it'll load the largest portion of the website, which is my artifact portfolio. So going through each standard, which are a clear framework for the development throughout this program, we're looking at how each one represents a key area of professional competence in instructional design. So my portfolio is aiming to show how I applied these standards through authentic projects such as e-learning modules, multimedia design, course development, usability research, etc. Across the program, I learned that effective instructional design is not just about technology, it's about implementing it in a meaningful way and understanding your learners. So being able to apply theory, evaluating performance, and continuously improving instruction through feedback, reflection, and based on evidence-based decisions. You can click to each standard using this toolbar here, but you can also scroll down the page. If you scroll, you'll start with Standard 1, which was focusing on content knowledge. So Standard 1, we're looking at applying learning theories and instructional design principles to support meaningful learning experience. So one artifact that demonstrates the standard is my motivational design proposal. This is for a 6th grade science unit in earth science, where a lot of students aren't able to get hands-on with earth science. So in my experience, it's hard to get them really motivated about things like the weather or wind patterns. So the ARCS model of motivation really gave me an opportunity to sit back and say, how can I engage my students and make this relatable to them? So in this project, I intentionally designed instructional strategies that addressed the main components of the ARCS model: attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction, to support student persistence throughout and motivation, so that they're making those connections throughout the entire lesson and not just at the beginning or just at the end. Another artifact is my Cell City Learning Module proposal, which uses storytelling, gamification, and a metaphor to help students understand complex and abstract biology ideas. Through these projects, I strengthen my ability to apply learning theory, design, learner-centered instruction, and creating engaging learning experiences. So as you scroll down, the description is for each one, and then there's a View Artifact button, which will load each artifact for you. Standard 2 is focusing on content pedagogy, so we're including how those instructional strategies, learning activities, and assessments are intentionally designed to support my learners and their understanding. So one artifact that is demonstrating this is my Storyline e-learning virtual field trip prototype. It's integrating content knowledge with interactive learning strategies to promote engagement and application in real-world settings. This project reflects my ability to design instruction that is connecting content to meaningful learning experience through scenario-based learning and decision-making opportunities. So another artifact that is on a similar wavelength is my Captivate learning module on cell organelles. I, again, was aligning instructional activities, assessments, and feedback to support student mastery of scientific concepts. So here, it's kind of from my proposal in the first standard where the cell city metaphor and gamification is now, as those students get a passport and they can explore the cell and learn about those different organelles in kind of a fun manner. These projects, I strengthen my ability to design instruction that supports content understanding, learner engagement, and meaningful application of knowledge. Number 3 is on learning environments. So here we're focusing on designing effective learning environments that are supporting engagement, accessibility, and learner success. We want them to feel confident as they go through and not struggle with the environment that's placed in front of them. So again, the Storyline virtual field trip I used as an artifact. I also used my augmented reality design for understanding food chains and my Canvas cell organelle experience, all different methods of showcasing how I can create an environment in which my learners are comfortable. Usability is, designed to keep the users from not getting overwhelmed or frustrated with the system, but instead being able to enjoy the experience instead of trying to learn the technology at the same time. These experiences really helped me develop strong skills in designing supportive digital learning environments that promote engagement and accessibility to all learners. Standard 4 was professional knowledge and evaluation. This is focusing on how I can evaluate instructional effectiveness and use feedback to improve my learning experiences. So one artifact that is demonstrating this is my online course evaluation rubric. I wrote this after creating an online course, so it really let me go through the experience and then reflect back on what is going to be the big key points to make a learner-centered course that really is about quality and effectiveness for the learner. Another artifact is my Duolingo usability report. I analyzed the strengths and limitations of an educational technology platform, Duolingo, and I also had 2 other users that went through and completed surveys, so it was also looking at some survey data and analyzing that and compiling a usability report on that technology. These projects are really showcasing my strength and ability to evaluate learning environments and make data-informed decisions about instructional effectiveness. So not just guessing and opinions, but really taking data and feedback from learners and how I can better create a learning environment based on that feedback. Standard 5 was focusing on research. So my first artifact was from my research proposal from the Foundations of Educational Research, where as part of a team, we designed a structured plan to investigate an idea, a hypothetical idea, really to practice going through the process of conducting research and how to compile it and present it in an appropriate manner. I also have my big data final paper that went through my research that I conducted on how to improve weekly assignment submissions through my virtual classroom, looking at how different forms of communication and consistent communication can increase the amount of submissions per week So using that artifact, I was exploring not only the communication strategies, but data analysis and how to best apply that to my future practices in my classroom. So these artifacts are demonstrating my ability to apply research methods, take the data and interpret it, and then use that evidence to guide my instructional decisions. At the bottom of this page is my reflection upon the portfolio and my experience in the program. So really developing this e-portfolio allowed me to reflect on the entire program and how much my understanding of technology, learning, education has really evolved just in this year and a half of being in the program. You know, before beginning this degree, I was really viewing technology as a tool for delivering instruction. And then through the coursework, I shifted that mindset to be where technology is more powerful when it's intentionally designed to support the engagement and meaningful learning. So it's not the deliverer of the education, but it should be a way to supplement the education and really give a more meaningful experience. And through this, I really, grew in my passion for creativity. I gained a lot of confidence in my ability to design instruction. I really enjoyed going through the ARCS model of motivation and giving me that foundation, because a problem of middle school science really was trying to find a way to connect the kids and motivate them to want to care about cells or, weather. So it was really cool to kind of see those frameworks and apply them to these different learner-centered design strategies and really create experiences and see not only how effective it can be, but how fun the process could be. And most importantly, this program helped me reconnect with that creativity, like I kind of mentioned, and just rediscover the value of storytelling in education. I know middle schoolers are kind of moving beyond that elementary story kind of feel, but even as an adult, going through those learning moments and having a story and having it be engaging, it really is a powerful learning experience. So going through this program and realizing that education isn't lost in just test scores and trying to meet standards, but we can find a way to transition it back to a creative mindset and give them tools to be effective learners while also letting them have fun in their learning experience. Just a little, hop back to the end of my introduction, my autobiography, my future goals. I'm really looking to combine my love for biology and nature with this instructional design experience by moving into a position like dream job, educational programs for zoos, aquariums, those sorts of things. I want to be around the animals and be part of that biology experience, but I also want to share it with learners. And I want to really apply this knowledge to creating engaging and educational programs to support public learning and really support that science community. This path really opened up a world of opportunity for me, and it allowed me to return to my roots in science while continuing to design these engaging and meaningful learning experiences. And the process has just been so inspiring, not only to think about how I can inspire these curious minds, but it has really inspired my own curious mind, and I'm really excited to see where this takes me. So I thank you for the opportunity to learn and grow with you, and I thank you for taking the time to view my portfolio, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.